What is up, guys? Welcome back. So I'm sorry I haven't uploaded in probably about a week as far as an actual video. I'll put up a couple of YouTube shorts, but we've been moving, so almost got everything moved in. We're like 95% done, so sorry about the delay in videos, but I want to start trying to get back on that daily grind. And today we're talking health anxiety, a little bit more specifically cardiophobia, heart anxiety, and what it made me think on a daily basis. You know, I had that first panic attack and I jumped on Google and all the symptoms matched a heart attack. And in that moment, it was like it got embedded so freaking deep into my subconscious that I couldn't see it any other way. That there's no way that this is anxiety. Like, I've had anxiety on and off throughout my whole life, but what I'm feeling right now, this chest pain, this is on a whole different level. And I know a lot of you go through that, especially in the beginning. Like, I've dealt with some butterflies, or I've dealt with a little bit of anxiety, some sweaty palms, but this chest pain is next level crap right now. And you know, you combine that with the fast heart rate, the numbness, the tingling, particularly on the left side. Like, I was like, give me a break. Like, it's even got to be on the left freaking side. So basically, for 2.5 years, I thought I was having heart attacks multiple times a day. Obviously, I didn't think I was having widowmakers, or, you know, I didn't think that I was having some, you know, devastating, massive heart attack. I thought I was having like little mini heart attacks, silent heart attacks, or at the very least, just some crazy heart issues, heart episodes, right? I also feared arrhythmias, just random heart failure, cardiac arrest, AFib, you know, skipped beats. All those types of things ran through my mind. So I had the symptoms every single day, and what I had was panic disorder. So I would have multiple panic attacks a day. So every time that I would go into panic mode and my chest would hurt, it didn't matter how many freaking times, not just to mention that day, but for the past year or 2 years that I had experienced this and survived, I thought this was the one. And I know a lot of you go through that. Like, this is the one. Because in that moment, since you're going into fight or flight and you're getting anxious, you go into survival mode. So your mind and your body's acting like you're in a dangerous situation. So you're thinking like, oh my God, I'm about to die. You get this impending doom. It's hard to be rational. It's hard to sit down and be like, wait a second. I've been through this X amount of times, right? In my case, thousands of times. I've survived it every time. I've been told that, you know, by the doctors that I'm healthy. I've gotten my testing, my reassurance. By now, one of these would have killed me if it was a heart problem, right? But in that moment, I'm telling you, it took me years to get past this. It's like it's almost impossible. It's not completely impossible, because you can get through this and start trying to be rational, make a conscious effort to do it. But for a long period of time, it feels like it is impossible to talk yourself down, to walk yourself through the past, to give yourself some internal reassurance, like, look, I've been here, I'm healthy, I'm fine, like, I would have died by now, disease is progressive, look at all the tests that I've gotten. And that process took a long time for me. So I'm talking about every day I thought I was having heart attacks. That's a crazy way to live in your early freaking 20s when your risk factors are low. And even if I had, you know, even if I was obese and had some horrible habits, like, just because of my age, it would have been highly unlikely, right? But we assume we're the small statistic. So the first thing you got to do, guys, is you got to go get some initial reassurance. So you need to go get tested, get some tests done, get the basic blood work, EKG. If you're still having issues, which a lot of you still will, because you think that reassurance is going to make the chest pain stop. You think it's going to make your brain flip-flop like that and just rewire. But a lot of you experience symptoms after you get that initial checkup. So take it to the next level. Talk to a specialist. You want to be safe. Get a couple different opinions, because then your risk of misdiagnosis, you know, plummets. So get a few different opinions, especially if you can see a specialist. Do that quickly. Don't wait like I did, because the symptoms will take a hold of you. Some of you are scared to go to the doctor. I went through that phase. I can't bear to find out that I have a heart problem at 20, years old. You need to get that concrete reassurance. Even if for some small chance there was something wrong with your heart, you have a chance to beat it or survive it or to manage it, right? Whereas that wasn't possible if you didn't even go. So don't be stubborn like me. Go. And then we move on into the other things that start to happen, right? We start to check our pulse. we start to check our blood pressure, and you know, my pulse even at rest would be 95 to 125, 130 beats per minute. During panic, 160, 180, right? So that's why I would feel like I was having a heart attack or a heart episode or AFib or something like that. Definitely had tachycardia all throughout the day. Blood pressure, we're talking 130, 140 over 95 at rest, and then we're talking 160 to 180 over 100 plus during panic. And this was every single day as well, multiple times a day. And even whenever I could accept that, you know, it was anxiety, I started to worry about heart damage and things like that. Guys, I had tons of panic attacks every day for years, constant chest pain, sometimes weeks at a time. My heart's healthy, I'm fine. I'm in the best cardiac shape I've ever been in my life. All right, so I'm not here to say that anxiety is healthy for your heart, but if you're young and you get it taken care of and you create good, healthy habits, you're gonna be fine, okay? I get that comment, that question all the time. Can it damage your heart, damage your heart? If you get older and you start to have obesity issues, if you're eating bad, if you had bad health habits, and your arteries are getting clogged up, then anxiety is not going to be helpful in that situation, right? Anxiety makes any situation that you deal with worse physically, right? So just use it as motivation to handle your anxiety. If it worries you so much, don't make any excuses for skipping your workout that day or eating healthier or dropping the bad habits, right? Or quitting smoking, or, you know, the things that can lead to a higher risk of heart problems. Let the fear of that actually fuel you. So I was able to do that as well, but you got to stop checking your vitals. You're telling your subconscious that something is wrong, and therefore the high vitals will continue, the chest pain will continue. Stop responding in fear to the symptoms when you get it. I know it's hard to not respond in fear. I talked about in the beginning, it's almost damn near impossible, but eventually you have to pick up on this and realize, like, look, me being afraid, me showing fear to my subconscious is scaring my subconscious even more, and it's making my chest tighten up even more. So you have to understand the pattern. You know, fear is gasoline that you're pouring on the anxiety fire. So we gotta switch the communication between the conscious mind, which is what we're dealing with right now, 5% of us, and we have to change the way that we respond to the subconscious. That's 95% of us. So we got to make that 5% count. And it also explains why this is going to take time, okay? So that explains why when you go to the doctor, they tell you you're fine, it doesn't rewire like that. You have to tell your subconscious that you're healthy and that you're fine and that you don't have a heart problem long enough for it to actually believe you again or to trust you. And then that's when the chest pain stops. That's whenever the heart rate goes down slowly and the blood pressure starts to go down. But guys, you got to stop giving your subconscious reasons to keep sending you these symptoms, which means we got to change the response. You've got to stop checking your vitals. You got to stop Googling, right? Live your life like you're recovered and you're healthy. Does a healthy person Google their symptoms all the time, you know, or live on Google? Does a healthy person constantly check their vitals? You know, a recovered person from anxiety, do they check their blood pressure all day, right? No, okay? So start recovering consciously, and eventually, subconsciously, you will recover. So I want you to go down below in the comment section. I love that affirmation. We recover consciously before we recover subconsciously. I want you to type that down in the comment section so everybody can see it. We recover consciously before we recover subconsciously, all right? But guys, if you want extra help with your health anxiety, your heart anxiety, your anxiety disorder in general, go grab my course, Elite Anxiety Bootcamp. It's always in the description and in the first pinned comment. Check that out. It's helping so many people with their recovery journey. I want it to be a part of yours as well. Daily routine, diet cheat sheet, my ebooks included on there, daily journal entry, affirmations, gratitude affirmations. There's so many bonuses that I packed into that course, not to mention close to 100 videos to help you step by step get past this. It's hard. It was the hardest thing I've ever had to do, but I'm telling you, if you're consistent, you're patient, you're willing to put in the work, you know, and you can do this for a few months, you can rewire. Trust me, okay? But use the tips that I gave in this video. My TikTok, my Snapchat, my Twitter, my Instagram, all that good stuff is down there. You guys need to follow me on TikTok because I'm about to start going live pretty much on a daily basis. It's just the most friendly place for me, honestly, to go live. There's going to be prizes and stuff on there that I'll give away for obviously top gifters and stuff like that. Please subscribe if you're new and hit like. I know this video is kind of all over the place. I just wanted to get something out to you guys that are struggling with this particular issue. Know that you're not alone. All right, you're healthy, you're fine, especially if you've been checked multiple times. You got to move forward with acceptance. You got to develop internal reassurance and cut out the external reassurance, okay? But I love you guys so much. We've been through hell and back with this moving process. I'm just gonna be for real. You know, adversities don't stop coming when you recover from anxiety, I'll tell you that much. But I can handle it. We'll get through it. But I love you guys. I won't be recording outside like this all the time. I actually have my own little nook in this smaller house, but I think I can make it work, and we're gonna make it look good. So I love you all, and until next time, guys, keep fighting.